Right now, every player in the Premier League is going through the worst 6 weeks of their year, and almost nobody even watches it. No crowd, no cameras, just a field, a GPS vest, and a coach with a stopwatch who has decided today is going to hurt. This is called pre-season, and it is the single most important thing that happens to a footballer all year, because what happens in these 6 weeks decides whether they're still standing in April. And here's the bit that surprises people: 6 weeks off doesn't just make you a bit rusty, it genuinely undoes you. I'm going to show you exactly what the body loses on holiday, how they claw it back, and the part you can steal for yourself. Because you felt this: 2 weeks off the gym and suddenly the stairs have opinions. Same mechanism, different scale. Let's start with what the holiday actually costs. Stop hard training for about 20 days and your engine shrinks. That's not a vibe, that's the research. When players fully stop, their oxygen uptake, basically the size of the engine, can drop by anything from 3% over to 20%. What the holiday costs: 20%. Imagine losing a fifth of your engine while lying on a sunbed. That's the price of doing nothing. And this is the bit that clubs actually care about. Players who kept ticking over lost barely anything, under 1%, up to about 4 in the team. Same holiday, same beach, one of them jogged 3 times a week. That's the entire difference. There's even research showing hard intervals just every other week are enough to hold your engine steady through the off season. Every other week, that's it, that's the maintenance dose. Now here's the cruel part. The thing you lose fastest isn't your endurance, it's your sprint. Just 2 weeks off and the ability to sprint again and again falls off a cliff. Endurance barely budges. Which is why a player can come back looking lean and still be useless in the 85th minute. Looking fit and being fit are two completely different animals. The camera can't tell, but the clock can. And then there's the rule that ruins everyone's summer. Getting it back takes as long as losing it, sometimes longer. 3 weeks of nothing doesn't cost you 3 weeks, it can cost you more than that to undo. Fitness is a slow build and a fast collapse. That asymmetry is the whole reason pre-season is brutal. So the players come back and on day one, before anyone kicks anything, they get measured. Jump as high as you can from a standstill, that's your legs powering one number. Sprint 10 metres, then 30, one tells them your launch, the other tells them your top end. Then turn hard, again and again until your legs are begging. That's your ability to change direction under fatigue. And the one everybody dreads: run between the two lines to a beeping speaker that keeps getting faster and faster. It doesn't stop when you're tired, it stops when you stop. That's the point of it. Those numbers become the player's baseline. Everything for the next 6 weeks is measured against them. And now that vest goes on. The black vest between your shoulder blades, that's a GPS unit. It's tracking how far they can run, how fast and how many times they accelerate, how hard they brake. Braking is the sneaky one. Slowing down wrecks muscle more than speeding up does. Every session, all of it lands in a spreadsheet before the players have finished their shower. And clubs use that data to predict who's about to get injured. Not guess, predict. Too much load, too fast, and something tears. Too little and they're not ready for August. That tightrope is the whole job. Then there's the blood test, and this is the one that actually explains fitness. Run harder and your body starts producing lactate faster than it can clear it. That's the burn, that's the ceiling. Everyone has a speed where that tips over. Fitter players tip over later, that's basically what fitness is. So they don't just train to get faster, they train to push that tipping point further away. Which is why pre-season is built in 3 layers in a specific order. Get this order wrong and players break. Layer 1, the base, long, boring, unglamorous running. Build the engine back. This is the bit fans mock when they see it on social media. It's also the bit that stops hamstrings snapping in September. Layer 2, strength, because speed isn't about moving your legs fast. It's about hitting the ground hard. Every sprint is just a series of punches into the floor. Stronger punch, faster player, that's it. Layer 3, sharpness. Short, violent, match speed work, everything with a ball at their feet. And that's how the modern shift. They used it to run laps for weeks. Now almost all of it happens with the ball. Same heart rate, same lungs on fire, but you are also practicing the actual sport. Nobody's got time to waste anymore. There's a trick inside the hard sessions too. As the intensity climbs, the rest gets longer, not shorter. Sounds backwards, right? But it isn't. A longer rest lets you hit with a higher speed on the next rep, and speed is what you're buying. Quality over quantity, bought with patience. Most amateurs get this exactly the wrong way around. Then the friendlies start, and friendlies aren't about winning, they're a dosage. 45 minutes here, 60 here, then 75. They're loading you up like a prescription. That's why your favourite player gets hooked at half time in July and nothing was wrong with him. Nothing was wrong, that was the plan. And by the opening weekend, the goal was simple. Arrive with your engine back, your sprints back, and nothing torn. So what they actually steal from all of this? 3 things, and they cost you nothing. Number 1, never go fully cold. 2 hard sessions every week keeps you almost everything you built. Number 2, train the repeat, not just the one. Everyone can sprint once, jog, sprint again. That's the actual game. Do that. Number 3, rest longer between your hard efforts. You're paying for speed, not for suffering. Suffering is free and worth nothing. Do that and you'll show up in August like the pros do, quietly ready while everyone else is finding out what 3 weeks off really cost them. Next week, what actually happens inside a transfer medical. Subscribe. You're going to learn everything.